All right, so in class today and on Thursday of last week, we started talking about atomic number, atomic mass, and how to calculate protons, neutrons, and electrons. So I'm going to make a short video on this, and hopefully if you have questions, you can ask me in class. If you weren't in class, this video is for you. If you need a recap, this video is for you. So if you need to take notes or anything, you need to pause the video because I'm going to go through the notes pretty quickly, and then I'm going to go through some examples. So the atomic number is basically different for every single element on the periodic table. Okay, so every element on the periodic table has a different atomic number. That is the number on the top when you look at a periodic table. The atomic number is the number of protons. So if you are to be asked, what is the number of protons? So for example, sodium's atomic number is 11. Therefore, sodium has 11 protons. Okay, I'll say that again. Sodium has an atomic number of 11, which is the number at the top. Therefore, it has 11 protons. Okay, first thing that's important to know. The atomic mass number is the number of protons and neutrons together. So it's basically the atomic number plus the number of neutrons. So it's the protons and the neutrons. So that is the bottom number when you look at the periodic table. Remember that both a proton and neutron have the same mass. So if elements with an atomic mass of 40 and an atomic number of 19, so the number is the one that's at the top, it's a smaller number, it's only composed of protons. And if the mass number is 40 and it is composed of protons and neutrons, how do you many protons are in this with this information? So you got atomic mass is 40, atomic number is 19. 19 protons, because the atomic number is the same as the number of protons. All right, so then it asks, what about neutrons? Well, then you have to take the 40, because this is protons and neutrons, and this is just protons, and subtract them to get your answer. So 40 minus 19 gives you 21. So you have 19 protons and you have 21 neutrons. All right, so where is all the mass of the atom located? If the nucleus has protons and neutrons in it, and that's where 1 AMU of each are found, and the electrons are found on the outside in an electron shell, then most of your mass is going to be found in the nucleus, okay, because that's where most of the mass is. If an atom has 37 protons, how many electrons does it have? So we already talked about this too. The number of protons equals the number of electrons. So if you have 37 protons, you have 37 electrons, okay? It makes a balanced atom. The number of protons and electrons are the same. All right. Do atoms have a charge? Be sure to justify your answer. So we went over this and we talked about the fact that the nucleus has a positive charge because it has protons, and the outside the electron shells have a negative charge because it has electrons. Therefore, a positive and a negative gives you 0. Therefore, it is neutral. They do not have a charge. All right, so this is a picture of the periodic table. I suggest you print a copy of the periodic table. We are going to use it all the time until we get to physics. So make sure you have a copy of the periodic table handy or saved somewhere on your computer that you can access pretty quickly, or even on your phone. You will need the periodic table, and you will need it for the assignment today. So make sure you know how to find information on the periodic table. This is a small little box, what it looks like on the periodic table. The atomic number is always in the top. It might be to the left, it might be in the center. On my periodic table, it's in the center. The symbol is in the middle. It's usually a letter or two. The name usually is right up underneath that, and you will notice that a lot of names do not match their symbol, and it's because they actually came from words that are in a different language, like Latin or Greek. And then your atomic mass or your atomic mass number is at the bottom, okay? So this is your number of protons. This is your protons plus your neutrons. This is also your number of electrons. Okay, if you need to write all that down, you can write on this in your notes. All right, so the atomic number is always a whole number. This number at the top is always a whole number, okay? This number can be a whole number sometimes. It's usually not until you get to like TC, which I can't pronounce, but one of the elements towards the bottom of the periodic table, that you get to some whole numbers. But most of the time, and for what we're going to use, you're going to see decimal numbers. It is not going to be a whole number. Now, when you're doing the math, when we're calculating protons, neutrons, and electrons, you are always going to round this number to the nearest whole number. Remember, if it's decimal point 5 and above, you're going to round up. If it's decimal point under 5, you're going to round down. So 15.99 gives you 16, okay? So you'll be rounding this to 16 when doing these problems. Here is oxygen. So oxygen has an atomic number of 8 and an atomic mass of 15.99994. Okay, we just looked at this. So its number is 8 and 16 is this mass because we're doing math and you have to round this number, okay? How many protons, neutrons, and electrons are there? We already established that protons is the same as this number. This is how many protons there are. So there are 8 protons, okay? Electrons are the same as the protons. So this number is also the number of electrons, okay? Now neutrons, you have to do a little math. You have to take the atomic mass number and subtract the atomic number. So 16 minus 8 is 8. So in this case, the numbers are the same. Now, just a side note, technically, the atomic mass is actually 15.9994. When you round it, it becomes the mass number, but I'm not going to quiz you on that. So just know that that's why I put all 3 words together and call it atomic mass number. Okay. So chromium. How many protons, neutrons, and electrons? Chromium has 24 atomic number and 50, if you round it, 52 atomic mass when we're doing calculations. So we have 24 protons, 24 electrons, but this one we have to calculate. Neutrons will always have to be calculated, okay? So 52 minus 24 is going to give you your 28 neutrons, all right? So we're not going to talk about this, not worried about it, not that important. And then we're supposed to complete the handout, okay? I'm going to do a couple of problems with the Elmo from the homework. So if anybody watches this and they notice that, I'm going to do some examples. All right, so this is our handout from homework, and I did not say that you did not have to do these 2 yet. We will do these later. If you figured it out yourself, then that's great, but you don't have to do that part. So boron is done for you. Boron is symbol B. It has an atomic mass number of 11. Okay, that's found at the bottom of the periodic table. 10.81 rounded up is 11, okay? And it has an atomic number of 5, which is found also at the top of the periodic table, okay? So we are going to just use this as an example. What they did was they took the atomic number is the same as the number of protons and electrons. It's going to be the same. You're going to use math to figure out the neutrons. So 11 minus 5 gives you your 6. So that's how you figure these out. So we're going to do a couple of them together. Sodium, symbol of sodium. Sodium is one of those that does not have the same the letters as it does its name. So sodium is Na. Okay, you'll see this one a lot. Sodium we will use a lot. Okay, so Na. So now we have 24 and 11. Okay, protons. The atomic number is going to be the same for the protons. The electrons are going to be the same. They're 11. Neutrons, however, you have to do the math. So 24 minus 11 is 13. So that's basically how you're going to do these problems. If you have any questions, this one you're just going to find Y on the periodic table. I told you you're going to use the periodic table a lot. Y is here. And you're going to write that crazy name in there, yttrium, and then you are going to put that here. Then this one you're going to actually have to look for the atomic number on the sheet. Yttrium is 39. So that goes there for 39. Okay. And then protons are going to be the same as the atomic number. It's going to be the same. Oh, look, it's right there. So you could have actually just used the chart and figured that out. 39 because it's over there because electrons is the same as the atomic number. Okay. And then you're going to have to do math. And 39 from 89 is 50, right? Hopefully I did that math right. All right, so that's how you do the handout. If you have any questions, you need to ask me in class. Thank you. Bye-bye.